All right, so look, as always, hey man, you already know it's Wealthy Sibling, and I'm your host Marcel, the Wealth Mentor, the Wealth Creator, and we here to talk about building wealth because I don't think a lot of families in our predicament have gotten to that point of understood how to get to that point from all the other groups in the world, right? And we're trying to make those strides, but every family has their own money story. And I want to create the generation that has a different money story to tell. So we're gonna have a conversation as if and you are my sibling, right? So how would I teach my sibling to invest if I was starting off, right? Like if I was just, hey cuz, hey bro, hey sis, you seen the money I've made. I've made $500 a day. You know, you seen the trade be successful with your own eyes. How do I do that, right? What are the resources? Like, how do I get that done? Now, one of the resources I actually do got for you, family, is you can get my investing for beginners ebook. You click the link in the description. But now for real, you can just grab the book. Best $727. You could buy and here's why I say that. Because when I first started, I just started. Like that was the real thing. I put the knowledge that I've learned, implemented it, and you'll have it in the book. But like for real, I started out. I put the money in on a Macy's trade based upon what I learned from technical analysis to real life cultural experience. I say, oh, all right, Macy's gonna go up. Oh, all right, Nvidia gonna go up. Oh, all right, Microsoft, Google is gonna go up from whatever. You feel me? Whatever my technical analysis was, and the culture was saying, oh, they're gonna buy iPhones just to give you cultural relevance. They're gonna buy iPhones. Apple's gonna go up. They're going to use Google. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is going to go up. It's a service, creative platform. Like these things, they gonna go what up because we trying to get a bag and make your money go up, glow up. So I would literally do that, right? And then one of the things that I want to give you a reality check on is yes, I'm going to tell you it's possible for you to be successful, but I'm also family because, bro, sis, for real, it's also a risk that things don't be successful. I ain't won every trade. I'm never finna talk to you in flies like that. I have not won every trade, but I've won enough and been consistent enough to know that it's gonna work. And it was ironic because I had just talked to my bro Andre, and I want to be transparent to y'all with all my shows, but like even this show I'm shooting, when I filmed it, bro, my audio wasn't even kicking in the first time, and I didn't realize that I had to reshoot it. So I want to talk to you about something real quick because this also transpires into when you shoot your shot at a trade and it don't go right. What you gonna do afterwards? But I want you to hear somebody uh hear from two brothers. Shout out to my brothers at Black Men's Wear. I'm a proud member. His father is a representative of the Chicago chapter, or a man who's been consistently participating in Black Men's Wear. Shout out to Dre, my boy Andre. And hold on, 'cause I want y'all to hear this. Like, hold on, like we gotta play it back because I don't think y'all paid attention to that, and it's because I. But look, let me. Yeah, listen, bro. Listen, bro. I'll be tripping. Let me shoot a shot at the trade 17 times and then take a lesson. That's the L I'm gonna use. Take a lesson 17 times, bro. That's a lot of money. But what's gonna happen on the 18th time? Called consistency, called reps. You can possibly hit it out the park. Because what you learned from them lessons was what, family? Oh, I didn't see the movement in the market. The trend line was off. It didn't hit the 200-day MA. I didn't see the acquisition from another company or the back end information, which could affect the major shareholders from buying the stock. Like, you see what I'm saying? So the same lingo when it comes to what you do in your life transpires in trading, straight like that. But grab the ebook, man. We really gonna get into this conversation, man, because we doing what? We ain't saying we wealthy siblings. We ain't saying we the wealthy and successful relatives. We really out here striving and consistently striving to be that. Like this not something we just talking about. It's not what even though I'm talking on the mic, this ain't something we just doing. We ain't just talking. So, but I also gotta talk to you as if you ain't never done it before. Because I know when you watch this, you'll be like, bro, I ain't never done it before. What, let alone what I'm gonna do with $1, what I'm gonna do with $500, bro. What I don't even know what to do with $100. So, before you get into becoming an investor or investing, you got to start really thinking like an investor, right? So, what are some common misconceptions that has been a part of our family's money story that breeds bad financial habits? For us who strive to be wealthy siblings, we really got to look our family in the mirror. So, is dad, mom being wasteful with money, right? Is grandparents that you seen growing up were being wasteful with money, right? And you can say, "Oh, I spend my hard-earned money. I want to go have fun," but look, if ain't nothing coming back to the household, fun is costing you how much? So, like, we really gonna have a conversation about fun costing you how much, my guy? You going to the racetrack and you spending $500, and you know that's your kids' summer camp money, right? Or paying on your kids' summer camp money. So they can be productive people in society, so they can get a new skill, and it could be going towards, learning investing, getting my stock market class. You know what I'm saying? Like, just anything. I ain't even gonna cap to you. Like, not even just me, just like in generally investing in the next generation. But you betting on the racehorses and you ain't getting no money back. I ain't talking about the times you won in between. I'm talking about, let's say you spend. See, now I'm really finna get into the bag because we talking about something that's close to my heart. You spend $500 every day for 2 weeks straight going to the racetrack, and you say, "Oh man, that's tip money." That's you creating these reasons why you can spend this money versus investing this money. And the one time out of 2 weeks you won and flipped that 500, you lost 2 grand, 3 grand, 5 grand from the one time you won 500. Like, no, man, let's be for real. We're gonna talk about it, let's be for real. Now, we already talked about, we mentioned, bad money habits. And they don't even always come in the form of gambling, like the mismanagement, right? Are you being consistent with paying your bills on time? Do the water stay on? You know what I'm saying? Like, do the heat stay on? Like, what lessons hopefully did you learn from your family in the previous years that you don't want to repeat? Because you don't want to continue the same money cycle. That's something we don't want to do, right? Now, I'm gonna be real transparent with you because the economy speaking loud. I'm talking about it's woofing, it's barking. Investing at this time ain't risky, though. Staying broke, that's risky. That's risky. Let me repeat that. Investing isn't risky. You staying broke is risky. That's risky. Listen, family, listen, little bro. I could count on the number of times that if I wish there was a 30-year-old version of me that could have talked to my mom when we was or when I was like 10, right? And she was raising me. When I was like 13 and she was raising me, right? They could have talked to my granddad when I was 8 and we was living in their house, you feel me? Going back and forth, telling them, Granddaddy, don't go to the racetrack and spend that 500, that 200 you got from work. Like you could put that same 200 in the options call. You put that same 200 in a life insurance policy and put it into your will and break down, what are your last wishes and put it in a trust fund and create this real level of generational wealth and stating that, hey, subject to uh your parents decision, if they decide to keep the house and if they don't want the house, it goes back to who they deem uh worthy of their children, right? My grandchildren, and can disperse upon them or whatever my uh division of my assets are, right? That I also want to go to my grandchildren who've accomplished X, Y, and Z. Like I promise you, I'm gonna operate like I got $1 billion before I got $1 billion. All my kids might grow up with some immaculate lifestyle. But let me tell you something. The work ethic I did get from my grandfather, the work ethic I did see from my mom. Oh, you gonna learn something. You gonna do something. You you think you just finna and we talking about manifesting when we become wealthy siblings, bro. Why would I want to not instill the same things that created this wealth into my kids and the hard work lessons that they should learn? The world is not given to them, and with the blessings, they should be a blessing. Man, but drop it in the chat if it's gold. And drop invest in the chat if you want the book Investing for Beginners, man. Drop it in the chat. So look, since we got in the backstory and like, man, bro, that's why you feel that way about investing. Yeah, because I was broke. Bro, we was poor. You think once I discovered that I could flip $100 into $1,000 and we ain't talking about no FanDuel. No shout out to none of them. Prize picks. Hey, y'all want a sponsorship? Cool. But we ain't talking about none of that. We talking about the other side. You feel me? What? I ain't on the corner? I ain't trapping? In the treasures? I get the same money? What we talking about? But look, I know you like, all right, that sounds great, but how do I do it? Marcel, how you gonna help yourself invest? Right. Well, I got a huncho, bro. I got a Benjamin, I got $100. What are we doing? Start with you a long-term portfolio, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. I literally started with a long-term portfolio. That's other platforms like Robinhood, like Public is a platform that I've used. Right, I'm gonna recommend things that I've actually used. I've used, I believe it was Coinbase, but I've used Public for sure, Fidelity for sure, and then a really really easy one that I also use and I trade on. Is Robinhood, right? So these are platforms or brokerages that you can use with your first $100, and I would say create a long term portfolio. I tell my Brody Fredo this all the time. Y'all probably know Pop Fredo, because we co-host the show together. But like, bro, I tell that man all the time, hey, bro, did you build your long term portfolio? Now he started listening later, but I'm talking about when we first started. Bro, did you build your long term portfolio? Man, I'm trading, bro. I'm flipping. We was flipping. He was flipping. So I'm like, no, bro, I get you that you flipping, but when we had those conversations about lessons or losses, my long-term portfolio is still doing strong, still green lighted, for the majority and the most part. Like, so even on the days that I didn't take wins on the trades, my long-term portfolio was winning. So investing, right? And you don't have to start with like whole shares. So I'd be like, well, bro, I only got $100. I can't even get Apple. It's over 200. Like, what you want me to do? Get fractional shares. Fractional shares is this: you get portions of the pie until you can get the whole share, right? So I would rather say I own. Get to the point where I can say I own Microsoft, I own Google, I own Apple because I own the ETF VOO. Like, I own percentages in the top 10 to 100, 500 major companies that rotate the world's economy. I can say that because I own fractional shares. And one of the number one things I have to say, full disclaimer, because I've been talking for a minute and I didn't realize I didn't say this. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just opinions that I give because, bro, I've invested and I told you, bro, I'm trying to really become the next wealthy sibling or be the next wealthy sibling and bring on other people who are the next wealthy sibling. But we out here trying to change our money story. We ain't trying to do nothing else. We trying to get to the bag, and this bag called wealth. That's it. That's all we doing. Back to the show. So if I gave you $100, here's where I put it and why. And I'm talking about in today's economy right now. In 2025, if I gave you $100, I'm gonna tell you the first start building your long term portfolio, and we buying Nvidia. I ain't even. I'm not even for the cap, which I'm not. Numero uno. Hey, go get you a share, half a share, 3/4 of a share of Nvidia. Go ahead, go buy it right now. Start the portfolio. Off rip. Start the portfolio. Off rip. Um, Straight like that. And you be like, man, everybody talking about Nvidia. I'm looking for the next penny stock that can make me a $2,000. Bro, I done heard all these stories. Cool. And you gonna run through that grand because you out here want the hype, the euphoria of getting rich. And I keep telling you, what we on? We trying to get wealthy. Rich is nice. I'm trying to get wealthy. Nah, why do I say that? Do not chase the hype. Know the fake research or fake news. Do real research, real technical analysis. Take the real time, bro. Go all the way back to the 5 years, 10 years chart. How has this stock overall been performing? Go look at the profit margin. Are they in profit? What is the market cap? Are they making money? And are they making money, keeping more money than they're spending? And just once you get through all the labels and the values, and that's really what is the company saying to you? Hey, bro, can you make money, keep money, and learn how to hold on to some money? You hear me? And are you wisely spending the money? So investing habits and watch list building, right? It's one thing to say, hey, bro, I'm finna get to this bag. I'm finna be wealthy, bro, and change my family dynamic. It's one thing to say that, but you got to train your mind to be that. And think long term is the only way I process these things. And my bro, you know what I'm saying? He like, well, again, how I'm gonna do that? It's called dollar cost averaging. If I say I want to own 10 shares of Nvidia by the end of 2026, how do I do that? You rewrite out your budget because for my sisters, right? For my queens, for my women, I done seen you do this. You done been to Dubai twice. You done been to uh uh Turks and Caicos twice on your story feed, says. I done seen you, Queen. I done seen you. My boys, bro, you done copped a chain from Johnny Dane, and no disrespect if you getting it, but I'm just saying, like you done bought a grill, bro. You done tricked out your Honda Accord, and you could have bought 10 shares of Google, 10 shares of Vanguard, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we could do a lot for the amount of money that you run through. You envy? I'm just being honest with you. I ain't even cap. I'm just being honest with you. But you're like, all right, bro, those is good tips. Google, Microsoft, Meta, you know, uh, Lilly, Pfizer, Palantir. These are the ones you're gonna hear about the most. But like, how am I supposed to know, family? How am I supposed to know when to buy that? Like, what am I looking for? Well, I'm gonna run through two examples real quick. I'm gonna pull them up on screen. Give me like 2 seconds. Um, let's do Broadcom because I not a lot of people talk about Broadcom, but I like it. So I'm gonna start with Broadcom. It's this thing called a watch list, right? It's where you can set and be like, all right, it popped at this price point. I want to grab it here, because it reached its low. It's reached its lowest low. It's called a 52-week low, right? 52-week low, which is this year's low, because it's 52 weeks in a year. All right. So, for example, year to date, this says that's April 2025. Broadcom was at 146. Uh, yep, this goes all the way up. So its lowest point was 146 in April 4th of 2025, and it is now a few months later $329, sir. But so looking at this chart, and I ain't been using the lines in a minute, but looking at this chart, turn the candlesticks on. If I were to say, hey, um, if yeah, pretty much. So if Broadcom got back down to 300, really 290. I'm gonna say this. If Broadcom got back down to 290 by the end of November, that's the time I want you to strike and like buy in or trade specifically. But that's the time I would suggest that you buy in. And I didn't realize that this was not up. So you see here, I got the candlesticks up. AVGO is Broadcom. That's the ticker symbol. Uh, Year to date, the lowest is 140, 140, 44. If I was talking in current time frames from its price via today or tonight at the time of air, it's 345. I would say if Broadcom got back down to 300, 290, 290 for sure, and it broke 290, I would say, hey, I see it getting back to past 300. That would be the time for you to get, because you're going to get it at a discounted price. I would say start your fractional buy in there, because you're going to get the most gain even out of a fractional share buy. So that 100 you spent is not you spending that 100 when it's at 290. So you're getting 1/3 of the share versus 1/4 or less if it's at 250. I mean 350 right now. See what I'm saying? You got more power on the uptrend when you get into the money and you caught the stock when it was cheaper. So that's what I would say, right? Now, in case you had like, how would I even start investing? Are there anything educational resources, technical analysis, uh, and any other things that I need to do research on a resource? I would tell you, hey, go grab the book. Outside of like when I start doing my webinars, right? What target to get in and where do we go? I gave you 1,000 right now. What would you do? You know what I'm saying? Like those type of things. Um, and it's all in the book anyway. So listen, number one thing I'm gonna tell you: start today. Don't even wait till tomorrow. Start today. Start right now. Open up your brokerage. And if I was to teach my sibling how to invest, this is where I would start. Grab, take your first check, open up a brokerage, build your long term portfolio, test out on paper trade like Thinkorswim, um, Ninja, like even test out your trades, gain your confidence, and then actually take your shot at maybe do an option trade or even futures, which wherever you want to go. But like take your shot, learn on the go, and start. Even with $100, even with $500, be surprised what you can do with $500. Tell me this all the time. But like, bro, I'm trying to get you to become the investing sibling. I'm trying to get you to become the investing relative that your cousins, your aunties, everybody brag on. I'm trying to get you like that. Nothing else. I'm trying to get you to become a wealthy sibling, right? And you ain't just here to learn to invest, bro. You're here to learn to push your family forward, right? Towards legacy, right? I'm Marcel. You already know, man. Host of the Wealthy Sibling, wealth creator, and you just getting started. We just getting started, man. Send this to your sibling. Send this to your cousin. Let them know what we on. Let them know what we trying to build. We changing the family story, man. All the links. Put the love in the chat. Put the description in the chat. All that, man. Run it up. And as always, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at you later, man, for sure. All right.